And welcome everyone to another Tom and Shane video. And today's topic, we're going to talk about how to find business building ideas the easy way. And there's several easy ways to do it, Shane, and we're going to talk about them. Huh? Wouldn't
That's
you
great.
say?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You're always looking for, as we've talked a number of times, new ideas, new inventions, new concepts, and how to advance the base of your business, especially if you've established one. How do you add to it? How do you add to
Hmm.
it to make it go further?
Yeah. Well, that's what we want to talk about today. I think it's interesting. I was reading the other day that back in 1900, the head of the patent office decided they should probably close because all the good ideas that were possible in 1900 years had been thought of. I mean, the life was never going to get better than it was in 1900. And
That's
so,
right. And it's remarkable because NASA was formed in the late uh, 50s, by Eisenhower,
mhm,
and in 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, I guess, NASA is the single largest holder of patents with the U.S. Patent Office. So.
yeah.
It's only happened in our lifetime that people thought everything that would be or needed to be invented would be, and
Mhm.
boy, that changed very quickly.
Yeah, yeah, it really did. Yeah. Well, of course, we want to talk today about how to find new business building ideas. That's our topic for today, and the small business building ideas come from knowledge. Shane, as you well know, that if I wanted to learn to play golf, I wouldn't ask a bowler, how to play golf. I would go see the golf pro, right? I mean,
Right, right.
I would go see somebody who knows how to play golf. Or if I wanted to bowl, I'd go find a bowling teacher and say, hey, teach me to bowl. How to hold the ball and my approach and how to throw it and all that stuff. So yeah, that's where business ideas come from. Is first knowing your business, knowing what your business is, what it does, how it works.
And this covers every spectrum we've talked about. Like in the example, like marketing of your company, how to find new business ideas for marketing. You don't want to do something that destroys your brand, which we've gone over. On the other side, you might have a type of candle for the sake of argument that you're selling, and you find out a different way of providing that candle in other than just a plain glass container. You might get a decorated glass or a painted glass. So innovation is always the child of new benefits and new cash flow.
Absolutely, yeah. The other thing that happens, Shane, when we talk about these things. It was a great book written many years ago, and it was just find a need and fill it with Joe Carbo, I believe,
Mhm.
the lazy man's way to riches. And that was his theory: find a need and create a need. As we've talked about from time to time, creating a need like the hula hoop. Nobody was crying for a hula hoop until they saw one, and then they said, "Oh, I got to have that for my kid." Or the pet rock, or any number of things that were novelty items that we had to have. But people came up with ideas, and then they created a need for it and filled that need, and that's where great business ideas come from. Yeah.
That's right. And you look at the Peloton. I mean, the Peloton is a remarkable piece of equipment, very expensive, like $4,000 or $5,000. And then you have these courses that they provide that because there's a TV on it. But the reason I bring it up is because what generation is this? This is like, generation five of the the workout machine at home. Years ago, I met one of the greatest marketing gurus in the United States. I can't remember his name, but he was famous for doing those commercials on TVs to sell products for 1995. And the remarkable thing about it is how the difficulty and the success of that at the same time is you can saturate a market very quickly. But if you can show, like you just said, a way to come up with a enhanced idea of something old and make it new, boy, even in the
Mhm.
21st century, something that's 60 years old as an idea,
Yeah.
comes home to roost.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, we want to talk about two ways to generate new business ideas today. And there are more than two, obviously. There are probably thousands of ways to create business ideas. But these two are a couple of my favorites that I like to talk about. And the first one is the easiest, and that is let someone else come up with the idea for you at no charge. And the way you do that, of course, is that when someone in your industry does something, generally it will show up in some kind of trade magazine, or it'll show up, in some industry newsletter about your business. And you can copy that idea and incorporate it into your own business. And you've sort of got a direction of what the idea is, how it works, and all of that. So that's a pretty easy way to do it. Um, and one of the things that I always tell people, you've got to spend a minimum of 20 minutes every day reading something about your business or industry. If you do that for a year, you'll know more than 75% of the people in it. I guarantee it. So uh, sacrifice out the time, um, you know, rather
That's
than.
absolutely right. And
Yeah.
this applies to a lot of things. It applies to gardening. It applies to your finance and how you're investing for retirement. You have to spend time every day, not some days, every day. Get in a habit at a
Mhm.
specific time, early in the
Yeah.
morning or late at night, whenever it can be, to spend that 20 minutes at least, more preferably if you can,
Yeah.
because all great business ideas have three components that are very important. One is the capital cost to develop it. And
Hmm.
in social media in the 21st century, yes, you can have your own website, you can sell your own product, and that's a great thing. But there's a cost behind that. The second is distribution, and distribution can be from sales directly that you make, or through having other brick and mortar places sell it for you because it's a popular item. But this is where it gets so difficult, because for you to ramp up, perhaps to sell your product at Walmart. Well, they have almost 12,000 stores globally. 12,000 stores. I mean, that if you provided them with 12,000, that would only be one in each store, and they're going to want 1,000 in each store. So, that's
Hmm.
like 120,000 pieces of whatever the product is. So, distribution is really important. And then the consignment concept important too. I mean, if you're going to let your product sit at Walmart, do you want it to be they won't pay you until it's sold. So
Yeah.
you have to provide that up front. So things like this you have to put in perspective, even in your own business, as far as inventory for your website, or inventory for your brick and mortar store that you have, and the products you want to sell.
Yeah. Yeah. The second way to find new ideas is for you to come up with the idea, and you're the one written about. You're the one that ends up in the industry magazine or the industry newsletter. And don't forget that your employees often see things you don't. Many times they have ideas. They might be a little, nervous about bringing that idea to you, thinking that they know more than you do, being the owner. But you've don't forget the employees that they're on the front lines every day, and they see things that can be done more efficiently or in a better way. And by all means, give them every opportunity to come to you with new ideas. And even if they're off the wall, thank them, be courteous. Don't tell them it's a stupid idea, and or you've tried it before. Be encouraging to bring new ideas.
And the most important aspect of that is, Thomas, is also that be prepared. In other
Hmm.
words, you need to be prepared to negotiate with an individual works for you that so you know them personally, even though it's a business relationship. But be prepared of what to offer or how to negotiate a fair split. I mean, if you're going to cover the cost to develop it, to capitalize on the idea, maybe you're entitled to more of an interest. But as we've said, as you go along in business by yourself, you always want to have at least 51%. You want to control something you're putting your money in. Do not risk any money unless you control it. So yeah, you've got to be prepared of listening to your employee with the idea, and you also have to be prepared of what you're going to offer them for them to be willing to share the idea, innovate it, and make it work for everybody.
Yeah, that's for sure. Absolutely. Well, we got a short checklist for finding new business ideas. We'll go through here really quickly. One of them is your experience. Do you have experience you're not using in your current business? Can this unused experience help or benefit the customer in some way? And can you adapt it to your business? Are you too close to the business? You've been doing everything A, B, C, D. Try doing it B, D, A, C once in a while. Industry trends. What are you reading about your industry? Where's it headed? How does the internet affect it? The next election, the Olympics, stock market, local government, and also the image of your business. Is there expertise you have that the customer is not receiving in some way? And also ask your customers if there's one thing you could change about the business, what would that be? And ask your employees, as we mentioned before. Be sure to include them in any of your thoughts or decisions. And what would you change in the business if you were running it? What would you do?
That's right. Most people find that their eagerness to start their own business comes from the fact they've gotten experience in some area or some field, or of course they've been trained or educated to do it. And being close to your business, as Thomas pointed out, is being educated, being aware, spending that 20 minutes and learning every day something new and seeing what's going on as industry trends evolve, new inventions, new concepts. And branding is your image. You don't want to do anything and put something out there that can affect a brand that you've created. And when you ask your best customers, it depends on whether you're a retail sales company with a brick and mortar or even on the web, or you're a distributor and you on the web where you sell a product, but you have others that want to sell your product too. So they're customers. So you got two types of customers buying your product directly and customers buying your product from someone else. So all these things you have to prepare for, develop ideas, concepts in your business plan, financial plan, and your marketing plan, and it will carry you to success and make you happy every day to wake up knowing you work for yourself.
All right. I thought of a great business idea. Now what? Now what do I do? Well, there's a couple things that you can do. One is you need to, is it compatible with your current business philosophy? For example, if you have a hardware store, are you going to start carrying food? Am I going to get my hammer and a gallon of milk on the way home? Will that work or not? If you build it, will they come? Is there a demonstrated market for your idea? Will you need to educate people, like in the case of the hula hoop? And what would be the cost of that education, that advertising, and that marketing? Features and benefits. Is the product unique? And what about your competition? Are they going to react to this idea? Are they going to copy it? What's your window of opportunity? And is your price in line with the other products and services you're selling? You don't want customers coming in with sticker shock. And can the new idea be packaged with current products and services that you currently offer that can increase your bottom line?
That's right. And here's a great business idea to keep be aware of and be conscious of: business hours. How many hours do you want to be open? I mean, if you're a brick and mortar business with lots of foot traffic, or you have a captive audience because you're amongst condo or apartment buildings, hours may be important because other stores may be closed when you could do maybe some of your best business. So business hours are important. Of course, being on the web in the 21st century, virtually, you're open, as they say, 7/24. But boy, you've got to step back and look at the analysis of that brick and mortar operation, because you may find that innovation can be as easy as adding things because of the hours you stay open that people will come to your store to buy and end up buying something else. It's always a drawing card. If you can get them in the door, you might be able to upsell them as well as sell them.
Isn't that the truth? Hey, we need to let you know that hey, we're live on StreamYard. That's the program that we use, and if you'd like to make videos like this, because YouTube pays you for videos, I don't know if you're aware of that or not. Nobody else does, but YouTube does. So if you want to make your own videos like Tom and Shane do, the description or the link is in the description below. Check that out. Also, we want to remind you to subscribe, ring the notification bell, and like us if you've seen or heard items here that help your small business. We would love that if you would subscribe and leave a comment. What's your favorite business building idea below? And also, we're on Patreon. If you'd like to be a supporter of the show, we will support your business either with recognition here on our channel, or if you'd like personal contact with Tom and Shane about your business, that's available too. And Patreon is in the description below, and you will certainly want to check that out as well. Last word, Shane. We got to get the last word in here on business building. It's not that hard, but you've got to really sit back and really look at your business, really look at it as an outsider would see it. What's missing? Is there anything that you bring to the table that you're not giving 100% of your expertise to?
And the important aspect of this is because it's your own business and it is 7x24. You think about it. The last word on finding business building ideas is they make your business new again. So, that's a great thing. It makes you more encouraged. It gives you more of a positive attitude. And, always having something new to sell is like learning something new every day.
Yep. That's it for sure. Hey, don't forget, we're on radio as well. Tom and Shane are on every Saturday, 8 to 11 Mountain Time. Click a listen now at kmmsam.com. Nothing to join, no personal information to leave, nothing you have to sign up for. All you got to do is show up and listen. You can call us, you can text us. All of that is available. And if you missed any of our past shows or videos, they're all on kmmsam.com. kmmsam.com. Just click on Tom and Shane's podcast, and you will be taken right over there with no problem. So, all right, that wraps this video up. Shane, thanks for being here. And
My pleasure always.
All right, we'll see everybody on Thursday, same time. Bye for now.